Hi friends, I'm here today to give you 5 tips for making sure that your podcast interview goes as smoothly as possible. So if you are going to be a guest or you are going to have podcast guests, this is for you. Stick around to the end. I have 5 simple tips that will make life a lot easier for you. Welcome to Magnetic Pod. If you are looking to attract your soul clients while doing the work you love, this show is for you. Hi, I'm Olivia D'Souza. I'm a podcast manager and content repurposing specialist. The Magnetic Pod Show is about attracting your soul pod of clients through podcasting. It will also include things that can be applied to other areas of your marketing strategy too. Hit subscribe to join me in calling in the people we are here to help. Let's make a massive impact.
I am here and I'm ready to be brave. Cannot miss me, I'll stand on every stage. I'm available for my destiny to reach my people.
All right, so before we get into it, remember, hit subscribe so you don't miss any of the tips and strategies to get more leads for your business from podcasting. Actually, and stay tuned, I will be covering more lead generation tools besides podcasting as well. So do make sure you hit the subscribe button and come on the journey with me. So here are 5 tips to make your life easier. You will thank me. Okay, number 1, Ethernet cable. I'm actually not sure if it's Ethernet or Ethernet I think it's Ethernet. Ethernet cable. Now, these days we are so used to being mobile and we have our mobile phones. There was a time a while back where I had to do a whole lot of interviews and I was swearing at the computer, swearing at the internet because there was all that freezing stop-start stuff happening, and my wonderful tech head husband came along with an Ethernet cable and plugged my laptop into it. Now, I'd been so used to the laptop lifestyle, mobile, sitting wherever I want in the house type of thing that I had kind of forgotten about that being a thing, and it's a game changer. It is so important. Definitely these days, podcasting, doing interviews, even in Facebook groups or wherever you do them, you need the internet, you need it to work. Get an Ethernet cable, sort it out. I know sometimes we can be a bit technophobe about it, but really you just plug it into your router and from there to your computer. If you are like me and you have an Apple Mac with the USB-C ports now, all these tiny little neat ports and not all the other options that used to be available to plug into a few years back, you need to get an adapter. Now, in my experience, I have found that getting a simple adapter that does one thing has worked better than getting those dongles that have multiple ports that you can plug into it. If you just get a single adapter that just does the one thing, so it's just your Ethernet cable straight into the USB-C in your computer, just keep it simple, that works the most smoothly. So just get those things. And really, I had an interview to do for somebody, a lovely lady, and I had said, please have an Ethernet cable. And she said, I don't have one. And we said, okay, we'll just try our luck. What happened is we spent about 40 to 45 minutes stop-starting, trying different things while she moved around in the house. And sometimes I could hear her, but for this particular job, actually, I needed to get the video, and the video needed to be good. And it just kept freezing, and we didn't get anywhere, and we've still got to reschedule. And these things happen. And if you've managed to get a guest that you've been really looking forward to getting lined up, or you just want to have your schedule sorted and your podcast out in time, get an Ethernet cable and ask your guest to get one. And if you both have it, you have it's not guaranteed, but you have a much higher chance that it just works, that there's less interference from anything else going on in the house or, anything that can interfere with the internet. Getting it plugged in works best. Okay, so I think I've made that point. Number 2, get a microphone. If you want to do podcast guesting, if you want to have guests, if you have a podcast, bite the bullet, get yourself a microphone. In my show notes, I have my must-have tech list, so you can download that and see exactly what to get. You can get a good microphone, just a simple USB one that plugs straight into your computer for less than $200. Speaking of which, I would also recommend, again, if you get plug it into a USB-C on your Mac. Sometimes you find you get the microphone, it's got the old style USB, and you can get a replacement cord. You can buy a cord that just plugs straight into, that's got the right end that'll plug into your Mac, so you may need to get that cable as well. Okay, so number 3 is lighting. Now this is if there is a video element to your podcast. So if that's the case, then downlights are very unflattering. If you've ever looked at a video of yourself or a photo and it was taken inside the house and you feel a bit bad because you don't like how you look, remember you've probably got downlights in your house, and what tends to happen is that you get a light on your nose and you get shadows under your eyes and you get a light on your chin, and it just all the wrong bits are all being highlighted. It's not you, it's the lighting. So you need an even light on your face. So if you can get in front of a window with clear sunlight on your face, not behind you, because then your face will be dark and you'll be a silhouette, or even better, a ring light. Ring lights are so flattering, and that's on my must-have tech list too, that my favourite ring lights and specifications. So that is my recommendation as far as lighting if you have a video, because even if you're not going to use the whole video, you might use snippets of it to promote your podcast. So it's nice to get the lighting right. So what have we done so far? Ethernet cable, microphone, 3 lighting. So number 4, notifications. Turn off anything that goes ping. So close your browser down, make sure that Facebook is closed, your emails are closed. For that matter, on your computer, just close anything that you're not using so that everything runs smoother and you don't not slow your computer down. And put your phone in do not disturb mode, because if anything makes a sound, particularly while someone's speaking, then your editor, such as myself, for example, really can't do anything about it if that sound happens while somebody's speaking. So turn those things off. So next is number 5, separate audio tracks. In most platforms, possibly all of them, most platforms will have an area where you can go into settings. So have a look around in Zoom, you go into the recording tab, and you can click on an option to have 2 separate audio tracks. And the reason this matters is because if one person's voice comes out nice and loud and strong and the other one is not so loud, if it's all on one track, it might not be possible to really get it up to the standard. If you have 2 separate tracks, you can do a lot more about it. So just a simple little tick of a box will make your quality a lot better. Okay, so in summary, the 5 things that I recommend to make your podcast interviews go as smoothly as possible is 1, Ethernet cable. 2, have a good quality microphone. Remember, you can get some suggestions from my must-have tech list. 3, good lighting, even lighting on your face if you have a video option. 4, turn off all your notifications, put your phone on do not disturb. 5, separate audio tracks. So those are my 5 top tips for making sure that your podcast interview goes as smoothly as possible. It'll make a big, big difference. So I'd love to hear how you go. Reach out to me, send me an email, join my Facebook group, Magnetic Pod, or send me a DM on LinkedIn or Instagram, Livy Music Media. And make sure you subscribe so that I can connect with you in the next episode. See you next time. Bye.
I am here and I'm ready to be brave. Cannot miss me, I'll stand on every stage. I'm available for my destiny to reach my people. Gonna be a star, so if you pass on me, that's a shame for you, but I'm fine.
Hello, it's Livy here. Have you ever wondered about what the key elements are that make a podcast truly stand out? Or maybe you're thinking about starting your own special podcast and feel a bit overwhelmed and don't know where to start? Well, I have something for you. Introducing the ultimate podcast checklist. Da, 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 da. It's a step-by-step guide that covers everything from the initial brainstorming to advanced growth strategies. It's the perfect companion for both new and seasoned podcasters. And the best part, it's absolutely free. Da, 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 da. To grab your copy, simply head to the show notes of this episode and you will find a direct link there, and then away you go. Remember, every podcast started with that initial spark and the right resource, so let the ultimate podcasting checklist be yours.